dropped out, and some of you will be doing about what you've always been doing your whole entire life. So here's the thing. You make what you currently earn right now because that's what you believe you're worth. I'm going to say that again. You make what you currently earn right now because that's what you believe you're worth. Here's the really cool part. And this is also the rub. Your subconscious beliefs, based on all the experiences you've had for your entire life, those subconscious beliefs will never, ever go away. However, here's the good news. You can start identifying these beliefs and making new choices, realizing that they don't serve you. I'm going to elaborate on that for a minute so that you can really understand what I'm talking about. So, for example, a couple of days ago we talked about getting outside your comfort zone or getting outside your box. Well, if the things that are necessary to increase your income are uncomfortable to you and you're not willing to get uncomfortable, I invite you to really stop for a second and think about, why am I uncomfortable with this? Why don't I have confidence in this area? Now, you may or may not come up with something, and I'd be happy to have an individual one-on-one conversation with any of you on exactly how this process works in detail. But in a nutshell, it goes like this. So, we're all on automatic behavior all the time. We all have automatic answers to something. Now, these are based on experiences and beliefs. For example, we all pretty much around the world have the same exact nose. Meaning, we sense and smell things in a pretty similar way. Now, I think most people would agree, if you've ever been around a skunk that's sprayed, it doesn't smell very pleasant. I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma where we had skunks. And every now and again, you'd smell one that somebody had run over 10 miles up the road, and you could smell it for 10 miles, and it wasn't a very pleasant smell. Now, the first time I ever smelled that, I was a young kid, and I didn't really even notice it. But I remember my parents holding their noses and saying, "Phew-wee, that stinks." So now I had an experience of an odor. I had reinforcement from my parents telling me it smells bad. So guess what I did? I plugged my nose too and said, "Phew-wee, that stinks." Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out and change your mind about smells and things like that, but let's do a cultural test real quick. So does anybody know anybody or know of anyone from another country where the belief in that country is that the natural body smell is very pleasant? Meaning there's no showers happening for months or even possibly years at a time, and that particular odor in that culture is a very pleasant odor. Now, people who grew up in that culture come to America, for example, and they smell us with our perfumes and our deodorants and our colognes and all these things that we think smell great. And to them, we stink. And to us, they smell bad. They need a shower. Well, here's the thing. We don't have different noses, but we have a different perception of what these odors mean to us. These are beliefs based on experiences, most of which are set in stone by the time we're 6 to 7, maybe 8 years old at the tops. So the decisions and the choices you make right now, I want you to really think about this for a second, are being based on experiences you had before you were 8 years old. Now, you weren't prepared for grown-up life at 8 years old, but the things that happened to you as a result of growing up are where your decisions are being made from as an adult. So ask yourself this: am I worthy of being beautiful to me? Am I worthy of being fit and in shape and eating right? Am I worthy of having an amazing income? And if I am, what would I do with it? Is it all about me, or is it all about contribution? Well, you'll notice if you study any of the wealthiest people in the world, as they discover, money will not fill you up. It's the money that fills up our banks, but then it's what we're able to contribute to others that really fill us up. I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. Would you give me the quote out of the bathroom, the one on the right-hand side? I want to share that. That's perfect timing for this quote. My beautiful wife is running. You know, it's funny. I made a video last night, something, And she went running through the room really fast, and then she ran back through again. And of course, you know, whoever watches the video is going to see it. And I'm like, babe, why'd you run? Did you think you were going to be a streak that nobody saw? And she's like, I don't know. You're on video. And here she comes again. Thank you, baby. So back to where I was at 2 seconds ago. So I'm going to read something that my wife shared with me. There can be no success without happiness, and no one can be happy without dispensing happiness to others. You will never be as happy as you will be when you know that you are making someone else happy. So to bring all this together into one uniform conversation, this is an opportunity for you to take a really good look at where you make your choices from. Where are you coming from when you choose? Are you getting upset because you had an experience as a child that this certain thing happens and your automatic reaction is to become upset? Do you believe you're worthy of making a fortune? Do you believe you're worthy of helping other people? Do you believe you're worthy of having a great, fit, healthy body? I don't know. And what does all this have to do with your Beachbody business? That's a great question. Well, as I said before, if you don't peel away the layers and find out what the underlying cause is, there's a reason you're where you're at financially and physically, and every state that your body and mind and spirit can be in, there's a reason it's there right now. And it's based on the choices that you make. Your choices are based on the beliefs that you've developed over the course of your life. I invite all of you to take a real good, hard look at your beliefs. Take a look in the mirror, and when you can say, I am 100% responsible for everything that goes on around me and in my own life, then and only then will you have the power and the ability to choose another path for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that, you should say that it's my fault that, I don't know how many of you heard, but there was a horrible shooting and car accident in Las Vegas yesterday, and I invite you to take on whatever level of responsibility you choose. But if you choose the ultimate level of responsibility, meaning everything is caused by me, not like I'm God and I make the world turn, but everything that happens around us is a result of something we had to do with. Now, if you don't like the results you're currently getting, you get to make a new choice. But as you do that, as you go through life, take a look at what's underneath. Where were you coming from? Why did you choose what you choose? Start becoming conscious of your decisions. See, here's the thing. I'm going to say it again. We're all on automatic behavior all the time. Meaning, if a baseball comes flying at us really fast, there's an instant reaction, automatic reaction to move out of the way. Become conscious of what you're doing and where you're choosing from. Why did you join this business? Did you join this business because you want to get fit? And do you really want to get fit? And why? And what molds will you have to break out of to become this new you? Whether it be a new physical you or a new financial you. What changes will you have to make in your life? One of the steps you've already made, if you're part of the Beachbody business, you've already made one step towards having a different future for yourself. However, there's a lot more to it than just taking that first step. There's a lot of actions that have to happen. Remember, I told you, we have experiences generate our beliefs drive us into action, and our actions dictate our results. So I'm going to do another video about intention, which we're not going to get into on this one right here. But think about this for a second. You took the step to get involved in this business at some level. Are you sitting on the couch when you could be doing something proactive? Is the reason why you joined this business big enough and powerful enough to move you to make new choices? And as you make new choices and you find that things do work and things don't work, here's what you get to do. Here's the beautiful part about choice. Every choice you make can be a learning thing. You can choose again something completely brand new unless you make a choice that ends your life. Some of us, step in front of a car. I hate to be morbid by saying this, but basically any choice that doesn't kill you, you can use that as an opportunity to make a new choice. So if what you're doing is not serving you, if the way you think doesn't support what you want out of your life, and if you don't even know what you want out of your life, this could be a great opportunity for you to really stop for a minute in your tracks, get off your automatic behavior and think about, what would my ultimate life be like if it were possible? And I want to tell you up front, anything, I don't care what you come up with, everything is 100% possible. And it may seem so big to you, if you really think about the truth, that man, I could never do that. There's too many steps involved. Well, it's the same way you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Every single person that you reach out to with love and dignity and caring and say, hey, I'm doing a fit club, I'd like you to come check this out. The more people you engage yourself with, the more people you help, the more you will absolutely prosper. But before any of that can happen, you have to have a clear, defined reason why you're doing what you're doing. And are the things that you do every day right now really serving you in what you want in the big picture? If it's not, wonderful opportunity to look and say, wow, you know what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, that's really not serving me in my highest possibility. You get to make your choices. Some of the relationships that you're in right now don't serve you, I promise you. Some of the people you take advice from do not serve you, I promise you. I'm not suggesting that you should take my advice. If my advice, if what I say, if how I'm sharing with you resonates with you, if it feels good to you, if it feels true for you, maybe it feels a bit scary, then take that advice and run with it. And I am happy to work with any and all of you, one-on-one, two-on-one, 5-on, 10-on-1, with this process. This is something that I've spent many years, 15 years now, studying these types of things with books and seminars, and bless you, and audios and one-on-ones and coaches, and I've done a lot of work because I want to be a better version of me today than I was yesterday. And that's important to me. That matters enough to me that I go out of my way to get uncomfortable every single day and do things that serve me in my big picture. I'm not going to go into all that right now because this has gone on for 26 minutes. So as far as this topic goes, I'm going to stop that real quick and give you guys an opportunity. I'm actually going to stop the video and give anyone and everyone an opportunity to make a comment, ask a question, anything at all. So feel free to unmute yourselves right now. And if there are no questions and if there are no comments, I want to thank you for being here and spending a few minutes with me on a Friday afternoon. I know up in Canada it's a very exciting time. I know a lot of people have flown up there and across the country to go be with their teams and meet some of the superstars in Beachbody. So feel free to ask any questions, comments, or anything at all right now. Go ahead. All right, perfect. So hopefully I didn't confuse the heck out of everybody. If you think that this had some value for you and maybe you think of somebody else who could hear this information, it would make a difference for them, I will be posting this on the 212 FAQ Facebook page, web page, and I will also be putting it on our Beachbody Facebook page. So hearing no questions or comments, thank you so much. Take care. God bless.